Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Dalarann, and this is the first video for Raid Night on Guild Wars. We are in Wizard's Thief, playing on my Thief. I'm gonna tell you honestly, I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But here's my look and my theory crafting method of how to build a good, great all-around Thief build using sword and pistol, which are my two favorite weapons. First thing, nobody ever shows you the traits of the bat. But these are my traits. I got 25 into deadly arts, 10 into critical, 20 into acrobatics, and 15 into trickery. Overall, what do these builds say? First of all, every time you steal, you inflict poison. With Mug, which is the adept trait of deadly arts, you deal damage every time you steal, and you steal some health, which is great. Overall, I would say no. I would never say no to health. You get Lotus Poison every time you poison an enemy. You also put a weakness on them, which you get from Serpent's Touch of Deadly Arts. For Master Trait, you grab Sundering Strikes because every time you crit, 50% chance to apply vulnerability on your enemy, which couples together well with Explosive Weakness. Deal more damage if your target has a condition. And as a sword pistol build, you're always going to have a condition on your enemy. Critical Strikes, both abilities add your crit, which pretty much feed into Sundering Strikes. Now acrobatics you want to go 20 points into because you want to be kind of tanky, but ready for any situation because you're really getting your damage out from deadly arts and critical strikes from 25 and 10 as it is. Time to get some tanky traits into yourself, which still work out as a friendly benefit in damage, which let me explain for a second. Expeditious Dodger, Power of Inertia, and Feline Grace let you dodge more often and you're rewarded for it. You gain might and you gain swiftness, and you can dodge more often. Gaining might is very important for this build to increase damage. So you're going to be gaining might all the time while you're dodging enemies' attacks. So it's kind of like you're not doing anything different, you're just getting rewarded for things you're doing that are basic. And then I grabbed Pain Response, but you can grab any other one you wish. With Pain Response, if I drop below 75% health, I gain regen and remove bleeding, burning, and poison to be able to recover from that drop. And go on to Trickery to grab 15 points for Kleptomaniac to gain Stealing, give me initiative. Throughout the Crime to have a great opener as well as help out my friendlies if I do have a teammate on anywhere. Gain Fury, Might, and Swiftness, so I get a strong opener. And Preparedness to increase my maximum initiative by 3, which gives me utility and damage. First things first, this build is both good for PvP, World vs. World, and leveling, and dungeons. This is a good all-around build, theory craft completely from experience. I enjoy it. Let me continue on into the weapons. The weapons you're going to want to go is, again, sword and pistol. For my weapon, I went Sigil of Blood, 30% chance on critical to steal health. I'm not going to say no to health, or healing. For my pistol, I decided to go Superior Sigil of Water, 30% chance on critical to heal nearby allies. This build is great for self-sustain, but I also wanted to make it feel more, complementary when playing with a friendly group, dungeon group, or in PvP situation. When you need help, be able to assist your friendlies to be good outside of just burst, survive, run away. For my bow, I decided to go for Superior Sigil of Rage, 10% chance of critical, gain quickness. Now this build is great for sword and pistol as well as bow because you're feeding a lot of your damage into deadly arts, which increase your condition duration, and trickery increase your condition damage. So if you need to do some AoE, you can swap to your bow, poison bleeds everybody from a distance, or if you want to sit from the top of the tower, World vs. World, just dropping poisons and bleeds down on enemies, you can do that. Or you can go melee, hand to hand, sword pistol, go in there, kick some ass. I enjoy this build for those reasons. Now for the armor, I'm going for Carrying Emblazoned Armor, which gives power, vitality, and condition damage. Again, useful for everything that we covered so far. Superior Rune of Fire is what I'm running right now, but that can be interchanged how you wanna. I just like that it gives me power, 20% might duration, which increases my damage, 5% chance to gain might for 20 seconds when hit, and gain fire aura for 5 seconds when you fall below 80% health. Now the last one I'm not, last set bonus I'm not too big on it, but it's kind of nice when you're dropping lower health, and then you can just kind of push back at your enemy, be like, hey, I got fire now, here's extra condition damage. Again, feeds on everything else that you're doing so far as the Thief. Now, for the weapon skills, you're mostly going to be auto attacking with your main attack. If you want to use Infiltrated Strike, you can set it, Shadow Step to your enemy, and if you get conditions on you, you can always Shadow Step back to remove them, which is great for any situation, be it PvP or PvE. You get Pistol Whip, which is pretty much your main damage build. If you can spam it multiple times with all the extra initiative that you have, if you can get those off, pretty quick, pretty easy, you can deal in a lot of damage, and it also cleaves on the targets nearby. Headshot is something to be practiced, but it's very useful at long range if you can time it when you want to interrupt a player's or an enemy's cast or attack. And for Black Powder, you're mostly going to have this as an AoE around every time you're in combat, or you want to try to keep it up for as long as possible, as it does apply blindness, sorry for that, to all the enemies around you, whether they be a boss or a player. For my utilities, I enjoy Withdrawal just because it's a quick rollback, it's mobility based, and 15-second cooldown. I like Caltrops because you can use it offensively and defensively. Offensively, you can use it for a single target and AoE. Defensively, you can use it to run away from players. I love Shadow Refuge because you can use it as a finisher, as a reserve for friendlies, as a way to sneak around enemies, and great for leveling as well, just to escape some mobs you don't want to mess with. And last one I want to grab is Signet, and there's two choices. Signet of Shadow is probably better for PvP or PvE if you want that speed increase boost, plus a blind if you want to ever activate it, which I almost never do. Or Assassin Signet, increased power overall, and deal 15% damage on your next 5 attacks if you do decide to apply it. For your elite, you can either use Dagger Storm or Thieves Guild. I like Thieves Guild because it's great for PvE, PvE, AoE, or single target, while Dagger Storm seems to be a little bit more precise, a little more complex. If you don't know which one you really want to, just go with simple as it is, Thieves Guild. Thank you guys for watching my video. This has been my theory crafted guide or build on how to play Thief, Sword, Pistol. I enjoyed this build. This is what I leveled with. I love it. I tried it in everything, World vs. World, PvP, PvE, leveling, and dungeons. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys later.